Hey guys, welcome back to part 5 of the unboxing review of my 163 centimeter full silicone Galatea doll presented by my new vendor, AllYourDolls. Remember, if you ever need a companion doll, all you have to do is check the front page of my YouTube channel in the About section and you'll find AllYourDolls and all of the rest of my companion doll vendors. So, with all that said, in this episode, we're going to check out the anatomy and skeleton of this Galatea doll right about now. Okay guys, let's jump right in. I'm going to test this girl's arms out, see what these movements are looking like. So, first thing I do is raise up this arm, and unfortunately, I see by the shoulder that it's not a shrugging shoulder. It's not raising at all, so not a shrugging shoulder. And that joint is not too loose, but it's a little looser than I like personally. Straighten the arm out. Once again, it's well articulated, seems like it, but I like mine to be a little tighter, but it's still great. Moving it out, okay. Great range of motion. Moving it up. I think this is about as far up as I want to go. Of course, moving it down, it bends and articulates well. Outwards, inwards. Let me stretch this arm out a little bit. And as you can see on the hand, which this hand has beautiful markings. I'm talking about straight beautiful markings, as I said in the hand and feet evaluation. But it seems like these fingers have the right articulation in them. They're moving great. Don't have one in the thumb, as I said in the hand and feet video. And don't have these top knuckles, but it's articulating quite well. Bring them back together, and so let's check this hand when I push it up. Some dolls can do this, so let's see if she can do this. Yes, she can. So you can turn her hand by raising it up and then taking it over to the left or to the right. That's great. Let's take it all the way down. And it does the same thing. You can rotate it inside or outside, and I promise you this hand looks so real from this angle. Now, you can also do this movement. And some dolls have either or. Sometimes you can do this and you can't do this. But she can do both. From a flat position, you can move it like that, and you can move it like that. So that is pretty cool. She has a lot of different ranges of motion. I'm so surprised she doesn't have a shrugging shoulder. Checking this other arm. I'm going to bring it outwards. And see, it's supposed to raise a bit. If it's a shrugging shoulder, it doesn't raise. So, not a shrugging shoulder, that's fine. Moves up. She can say hello. She can put it down. This elbow, once again, it's articulated well. It just moves. It's a little too loose for me. I should have specified and told them, hey, I want my doll's arms to be able to, I want my doll's joints to be really tight. I didn't say that. Articulation on the hands. It feels good and tight though. Articulation on the hands. So that feels good. Let's check her if I raise her palm up. On this arm, can she move? Yes, moves in. Yes, moves out. Bring it back down. Can this one do the same thing? Yes, it can. Oh, I'm sweating. And yes, it can. So that's perfect. And can she do it from the flat? Just like the other hand, from the flat position? She can inside or move it up and move it outward. So you have a lot of options of posing this doll other than the shrugging shoulders. The skin pattern is beautiful. This facial skin pattern is actually beautiful, as I've said before. Hey guys, this is several days later, but I forgot to show you something with the hands. She is powdered, so she might look a little bit more ashy than she did on this original video. But I forgot to show you with the wrist movement. And it's sort of hard to do with one hand, but that's a good thing. Is look at that. It can go outwards. And be careful. But it does move at the wrist. And it can go inwards. I think that is just really crazy. That she can go outwards and inwards with the wrist, as well as do the up and down movement that you just saw. But being able to go outwards and inwards will really help people with modeling purposes. And even on this other hand, boom, it's a little easier to do with this hand, but you want it to be stiff. I just think that's pretty cool to have that movement. Oh man, that's just absolutely amazing to go along with her other movements, like you just saw, with the being able to go up and be able to. Let me straighten this all the way out and be able to go down, you know, and then still be able to move it like that. That is just, and it's all pretty tight around the hand and wrist, so that's a movement that's gonna last for a long time. So once again, sorry for the rust. And she's not as shiny, but she'll get a shine back. That powder only lasts for a moment. So back to your regularly scheduled review. Let's see if she can swivel. Can you swivel, young lady? Let's see. Whoa. She sort of swivels from the top a little bit more. Let me see if I can bring her in from the... Her back can rotate frontwards. Let's see if I can swivel now. Oh, her swivel is more of the top portion. It's not usually the swivel, you feel it down in the midsection, but it seems like it's up higher where she's actually swiveling it. But as you can see, you can change her position, and that's articulated pretty tightly. And you saw me bring her forward. Ooh, you got to work out before you do that, so she will come forward. Now, let's see if I can get her back. Boy, it's gonna take some strength, but she can do the forward and backwards movement. So she can do that. Let me see if she can go side to side. It's hard normally to do the side to side. I don't think I can do it. Look, I never am successful to get them to do the side to side. Some of them can do it, I just can't get them to do it. No. Whew. She probably can do it, but I can't get her to do it. So I think we better get ready to check these legs out. You ready? I was going to check the legs, but I forgot that I didn't raise this arm all the way up. So let me check this arm by raising it all the way up. I think that's as far as it'll go, going all the way up. And like I say, these joints just a little too loose for my liking, but they're not floppy loose. Goes all the way back down. So she does have good range of motion. Let me check this movement. Outwards and inwards. That is moving great. I don't even think I checked that one on this one. Outwards inwards. Like I said, it's definitely moving great. I think somebody else would really love the articulation on this one. I just needed a little tighter, but it is operating very well. Let's check the neck movement on this doll, and let me tell you, every time I get close to this doll's face, I just get blown away by this skin pattern. Absolutely beautiful. So, does it go backwards? It goes backwards very smoothly. Very beautiful, smooth movement. Come to the front. Just enough resistance, but very smooth. To the front position and to the side. Let's go to the left. Yes, that's great. Great for posing. I love the way her neck moves. If you're a photographer, you should definitely love posing this girl. She has some very fluid movements. Like I said, for me personally, I would tighten a few joints up just a little bit, but this girl has some great movement. And back to the front position. So yes, I like the articulation in the neck. Very good, very good. So now we will move on to the lower half of the body. Okay guys, before I get started on the feet, I would like to, or the legs rather than the feet, I would like to say that it's pretty much indiscernible on these feet where they start getting hard at. I ordered the hard standing feet without bolts, and normally these feet are a little harder than the rest of the body, and you can clearly see where it starts and begins at. But this reminds me of my fan reel doll where it's almost indiscernible where it starts becoming the hard foot, and it's actually pretty soft on the feet for them to be standing feet. Very soft. So that's a plus. Also, I can't show you, but I did check out the love hole placements, meaning the vagina and the anal openings, and I will say that on this doll, if you're looking to make love to this doll, you're going to be very pleased because this vagina is so realistic, so meaty. I did stick my finger in the orifices. They both are textured, but it's for a full silicone doll. It is a very welcoming opening, believe me. So I do believe this doll will be a great companion as well as somebody you want to make love to, just based off the whole placements, because their vagina and anal placement are amazing. So, with all that said, let's raise this leg up and see the movements. And the legs, I must say, are a bit more tight than the arms. They are a little bit tighter like I like them. And that's good since she's a standing doll. You don't want the legs to get loose too quick, especially at the knees, or you won't be able to stand them properly. So I think, let me take this back up. I want to see how far back I can take this leg. I think that's about as far back as you want to go, but it seems like to have a lot of bend coming back this way though. Ooh. A lot of bend coming back this way. Oh, that's great. So she can kneel on her knees. I mean, it's bending. I still have room to bend a little bit more, so she has great bend in that knee. Let me bring it back up. It does have the outward motion. And it does have the inward motion. It's got a lot of movement for silicone. A lot of movement. Let's try this foot. Okay, so it does go back up. I couldn't hardly move this in the foot test, but it does move up and it does move back down. All the toes do move. can be spread out. They all have wires. I would love to see a day where all companies upgrade not only to toe wires but toe skeletons. I do know a company that does that, so I was trying to see could it go out. I think this is about as far as it could go outwards. Okay guys, once again, this is several days later. I forgot to show you the proper way to spread the doll's legs because they can spread out way further than you saw in the video. Excuse her ashiness because I did powder her, like I said earlier. But you put both legs up and then you can spread the legs. And luckily you can't see what I can see right now because everything sort of opens up, so to speak. But this is as far as I'm going to spread them out, probably about that far, which is a nice ways to spread some legs. So putting them back together, I wouldn't want to keep her in that position for a long time to put strain on her midsection, but she is capable. So once again, back to your regularly scheduled unboxing. Now, we move this other leg up and this one down. They are moving quite well, I must say. Okay, it goes up to about that far. Then you can bring it all the way down, just like the other leg. I think that's a great, great pose right there for you to be able to put the girl's leg up like that. That's pretty cool. I wouldn't leave it like that though. It can come in, and it feels great. Like I said, these legs are articulated to the max. I like how they are. And it goes outwards. That's great. And this foot, up, and then back down. And we all know that all these toes work. But with these toe wires, you got to be careful. If you get to moving it too much, you could break one of these wires. But this girl has some very well articulated limbs, and more than anything, she looks absolutely amazing. Only thing about this skin on the Galatea doll, it is a bit stickier than some of my other silicone, so it seems as though you definitely want to get her good and powdered out of the container. I honestly love to see the girls looking a little shiny and slick like she's looking right now, so I didn't powder her yet. But as you've been seeing in the videos, you see maybe little hairs and lint has been sticking to her. So they definitely do have a stickier silicone, but it's not sticky like TPE. It's just a little stickier, just a little powder to soothe everything. And I'm rubbing her like this because once again, it's just so intoxicating looking at her skin. I know women that have this skin complexion, and this looks like a real human woman by this skin texture. If it wasn't for these palms being black like the rest of her body and the bottom of her feet being black, she could really give off being human. And once again, most all companies, I don't think have mastered the lightening of the feet and the palms for the black dolls. But other than that, this doll is absolutely immaculate. These hand markings, they just blow me away. It's really an amazing doll. Galatea has, they have something on their hands here. It can only get better. So I love the way the skeleton moves. Has some loose spots, but it's not bad. If I had thought about it, I would have said, hey, tighten up all the joints extra tight. But I'm very pleased with the way she moves. I think you will be very pleased as well. Okay, one movement I forgot to do was the inward-outward motion on the feet. So let's see if she can go outwards and inwards with this foot. So I got to be careful. Sometimes these dolls can easily break. So if I go outwards, oh yes, it does have an outward movement with the foot. That is beautiful. Let's say inward. Oh yes, and it does go inwards. That's perfect. I'm gonna try the other one. Can it go in? Yes, it can go in. Let's see if it can go out. Yes, it can go out. So this doll has multiple opportunities to be posed with her joints. And I'm so surprised her wig came off. But boy, this head is so beautiful. It looks good even without the wig. But I'm so surprised she doesn't have a shrugging shoulder. I'm so surprised. But a doll that's this high end, they always surprise me with that. My Fanreal doll doesn't have shrugging shoulders. I don't think my Stopper doll has shrugging shoulders. So that's quite amazing. Or even my Iron Tech doll. I think the only one that truly has shrugging shoulders are my TPE dolls. So. But this girl, other than that, is absolutely amazing. I couldn't get the back to go left to the right. Not sure if it can do it. But if it could do it or not, it's just a hard movement to do. So I think we're finished here, and I am pleased with the skeletal movements. I am very pleased. I hope you really enjoyed part 5 of the unboxing review of my 163 centimeter full silicone Galatea doll presented by my new vendor, AllYourDolls. I really love this girl's skeleton. I love her whole anatomy. I think it's beautiful. I really liked all of her movements. For me personally, I would have liked to tighten the joints up a little bit more, but everything was just fine. The only thing that was surprising to me was that she didn't have the shrugging shoulders, but all in all, it's a great doll for companionship or for love making or for whatever suits your purposes. But I really think it's a great doll so far. And once again, if you want to check out my vendors, they're on the front page of my YouTube channel. And you can definitely look up AllYourDolls as my new vendor. So with all that said, I'm looking forward to doing part 6 where we will take a look at the eyes. Taking a look at the eyes and the movements and things of that nature. So please join me then. But as of right now, it's been me, JayDollKingHefner, and my beautiful 163 centimeter full silicone Galatea doll. We are